Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we'll be talking about a certain NASCAR situation I think that's going to pop at the end of the year due to what happened in the Daytona 500 that happened 2 weeks ago, because tomorrow's going to be the Homestead race. And man, that's going to be a good race. And of course, the only race I've attended when it came to this when it comes to NASCAR is the one that they're having tomorrow. But what's happening tomorrow? Homestead used to be the last race of the season, and in my honest opinion, I really think Homestead should be the last race of the season. But Homestead is not what we're talking about today. Homestead is not what we're going to be talking about today. Today, we're going to be talking about Brad Keselowski, the driver of the number 2 Penske Ford. Now, why are we going to be talking about Brad Keselowski when it comes to today's video? Well, if you guys don't remember, there was a certain situation that happened in Daytona a couple weeks ago, and I'm pretty sure they've talked about it by now. I mean, if they haven't really talked about it by now, then what I'm going to say in this video could be happening at the end of the season. Let's not forget, Brad Keselowski signed a 1-year contract extension last year with Penske, so which means at the end of this season, he'll be a free agent. And remember, Brad Keselowski has been with Penske for a good 10-11 years now. Brad Keselowski, I think he signed on for Penske back in 2010, 2011. And of course, he won the championship within his first 2 seasons at Penske in 2012. So he did better than Joey Logano, because it took Joey Logano, what, 3 seasons to win a championship with Penske when he won the 2018 championship. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. But what I'm going to say right now, what I'm going to say right here, is that Brad Keselowski will be leaving Penske at the end of the season. I don't see Brad Keselowski staying on with Penske at the end of the season. Here's this particular reason why. If you guys watch my championship predictions, I said Alex Bowman's going to have a championship year. He's going to have to make either the final 8 or the championship 4 in order to prove Ally that he's the actual driver. But what is the thing? What if Alex Bowman doesn't go out and perform like everybody expects him to now that he's in the 48 team? What's the possibility that Hendrick Motorsports, who's had previous relationships with Brad Keselowski, remember, he used to be a junior motorsports driver, which is I guess is kind of like a Hendrick development team. So Brad Keselowski does have Hendrick. He does have a relationship with Rick Hendrick, but he's been at Penske because at the time Rick Hendrick didn't have any cars for Brad Keselowski to drive. So what's to say that Brad Keselowski at the end of the season does really perform and he goes out and wins the championship for Penske, or gets the championship for Penske, and ends up signing on for Hendrick Motorsports to drive that number 88, which, by the way, is fully sponsored with Ally until 2023. So that's 2 years. And if Ally feel that they have a particularly good driver, because we all know Brad Keselowski starts in that 48. Brad Keselowski is going to be one top driver in Hendrick Motorsports. And that Hendrick Motorsports team is going to be really, really tough to beat, because not only are you going to have Brad Keselowski in that number 48 car, you're going to have Chase Elliott, the 2020 champion. You're going to have William Byron, a very up-and-coming driver. You're going to have Kyle Larson, one of the best NASCAR drivers on his good day. So that Hendrick Motorsports team was started to look like the old Hendrick Motorsports team when you had Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin, Jimmy Johnson, and I would probably say Dale Jr. That lineup was probably the last great Hendrick lineup that they had. So this is why I'm saying Brad Keselowski to leave, because in the past couple of years, Penske has prioritized Joey Logano over Brad Keselowski. I mean, they took away Brad Keselowski's crew chief, and Brad Keselowski still went out and made it to the championship 4 with the new crew chief. That's how good Brad Keselowski is. He was so consistent last year. He was so very much consistent. This is why I'm saying Brad Keselowski does not need Penske. Penske needs Brad Keselowski. Because, yes, they do have Austin Cindric coming into the 21 next year. But is Austin Cindric really on the level of a Brad Keselowski? No, he is really not. No, he isn't. If Austin Cindric's not going to be able to go straight into that 2, if they put him in the 2 next year, and he's not going to be able to go and be out consistent like Brad Keselowski was last season, and he's not going to be a championship contender like Brad Keselowski is able to do. Brad Keselowski is one of the top drivers in NASCAR. This is why I'm saying that Brad Keselowski will probably leave Penske at the end of the season. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'm happy for Brad Keselowski. But I would love to see a reunion with Brad Keselowski and Rick Hendrick, and just to see Rick Hendrick have a great 4-driver lineup like he used to do, I think, back around 2009, 2010. That's the last time Mark Kendrick really had a great driver lineup, like 4 good drivers in the same team. That's the last time Mark Kendrick had that type of lineup. And also, another thing would happen, why I think Brad Keselowski will probably be leaving at the end of the season and leaving Penske is due to down what happened in Daytona 500. Yes, you can say that a majority part of the reason that Brad Keselowski wrecked was due to the fact that he got turned and pushed by Michael McDowell. But if Joey Logano, who I might remind you, is already the 2015 Daytona 500 champion, had just not thrown a bad block on his teammate, who, by the add, Brad Keselowski has not won a Daytona 500 yet. Imagine that. Imagine you're both in the same team. You're both trying to help Roger Penske get to the championship, get to the playoffs easily. And Joey Logano, who's already won the Daytona 500, blocks his teammate who hasn't won the Daytona 500, and he could have got a third win for Roger Penske. It would have been between the both of them no matter what. And yet, Joey Logano decided to throw a bad block. Brad Keselowski kind of calls him out of the race. And apparently they're not on speaking terms because I think it was about a week ago where Joey Logano said that him and Brad Keselowski have not talked about the incident. I'm not surprised because last year in the Busch class, Joey Logano made the same type of block on Kyle Busch. Brad Keselowski called him out for dumb racing. And since then, I don't really think Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano have had a very good relationship. And the thing is, you gotta say, even though Joey Logano, yes, he is younger than Brad Keselowski, do you really think that Joey Logano is a better driver than Brad Keselowski? I really don't think so, because the fact that Joey Logano didn't make the championship four, and Brad Keselowski still did. Brad Keselowski, when he came, it doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, NASCAR had a pause the season last season. Joey Logano won 2 races before they stopped the season. When the season came back, they're still both in technically the same equipment, Penske Racing, and Brad Keselowski still was more consistent than Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski ended up making the championship four. So Brad Keselowski really is the top driver in Penske, and I don't really care what anyone says. That's my opinion. Brad Keselowski is the true top driver in Penske Racing, and this is the reason why I think Brad Keselowski will end up leaving, because he's been with Penske for quite a while, but I don't think he's going to be with Penske forever. He didn't start as a Penske driver. Austin Cindric started out as the Penske driver, so Austin Cindric could probably be with Penske for a while. Joey Logano wasn't a Penske driver, so yeah, Brad Keselowski will not be a Penske driver at the end of the season, and if I had to say anything, Brad Keselowski will probably sign on to drive that number 48 Chevrolet, Ally Chevrolet for Rick Hendrick in 2022. And that's why I really think about what's going to happen with the Brad Keselowski situation. But if you guys want to know, let me know your opinions down in the comments down below. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you know my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.